Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, meathead. Yeah, but when you buy 40, that's just the point. When you buy big numbers, you pay big multiples. Those 40
We want to buy one at a time.
Those 40 parks that they bought, I haven't looked at the deal. I guarantee you that's 3 or 4 guys that sold them 8, 10 parks each.
No, it's one company, one like big mobile home company that owns 40 parks. It's called Mobile Home Company.
Oh, been in business since I was in the business, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of big guys. There's a lot of competition in the business. You know, it's not just, we're buying smaller parks that private equity and the big guys don't look at.
Correct.
50 pads, whatever. So we want to buy 100 parks. We can buy $1 million park and turn it into $2-3 million very quickly.
Okay, well, and what do you classify as $1 million park?
Well, based on income.
No, you mean $1 million revenue.
Correct. No. $1 million selling price, I guess. That's what I mean.
Okay, so $300,000 or $400,000. At your multiples, $200,000. No, $100,000.
That'll be a 10 cap. But even at a 10 cap, right? Let's say I'm buying it at a 10 cap, $1 million. It makes $100,000. We buy 100 parks for $100 million. Okay, we've turned the parks around. They're worth $300 million now. We can compress the cap rate to a 5 cap. I mean, we're doubling, tripling in multiple different ways.
Okay, fine. You try and do that, and you let me know when you exit.
I'm just doing what everybody else has done.
Well, fine. You do it.
Okay, I'm asking you. How can I buy 100 parks?
I'm telling you categorically 100% wrong. I've been doing this 50 fucking years, and I was 10 years one of the leading mobile home park purchasers in the country. Sam Zell beat me out of the business, basically, because I got tired of slamming my bald head against his bald head.
Yeah, but when you have a Sam Zell buying parks at a 4 cap, at a 20-time multiple, buying them. Sometimes they're buying at a fucking 1 cap. It's retarded. Like, you know, and obviously we're buying the smaller parks. Mom and Pop doesn't know what the fuck is going on. But we want to set it up to be that, you know, but we're not the only players in town. It's just...
Well, I know. Well, now, I told you when I mentioned mobile home park, although I've got a half a dozen or 10 guys that are doing it, they're not doing it your way.
Yeah, but how many are they trying to buy? Like, what's their goal? Are they trying to just buy a couple?
Probably the smallest guy is 30 pads. The largest is 80, 90, 100.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's small.
Oh, I know it is. I didn't say it was big.
We want to do volume. I want to buy 100 fucking parks.
Well, then you go do volume and you let me know when you're done. I already know the results, but you surprise me.
I will.
Surprise me.
I will.
We had a guy here 2 seminars ago that said he was going to, it wasn't you that was going to do a deal in 45 days. No, we had another big mouth. A guy that sat over there. You're not the guy that fell over the table and broke everything. No, another guy. It looks like you. You all look alike to me. He said over there, he was going to do it in 45 days. I had on my calendar, 41, 42, 43, 45, 66, 60, 80, 90, 50. Talk cheap.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to do, I wanted to do a fucking deal like yesterday, you know.
Correct.
But deals fall through, shit happens, blah, 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 you know.
Life happens.
Exactly.
But the point is, every time one of these deals doesn't happen for one of you guys, unbeknownst to you, your subconscious lets loose a little. Lets loose. You're shaking your head no, but yes. Let loose of your goal. Let loose of your goal.
I believe in myself.
It's tough to stay focused longest. It's not easy. But now, my bigger fear is contrary to what Jay Powell says of the Federal Reserve, that even though we're not thinking about raising interest rates, inflation is going to raise its ugly head. Inflation. And we're going to go from less than 2% to 3, 4% to 5%. Because you can't print all this fucking money without it causing inflation. 21% of all the money since the beginning of time was printed this year. I mean, if the average little guy that owns a fucking coffee shop or a fucking Starbucks, they would shit. And it's just a matter of, and the new president the $600 that the president is handing out is insulting. And my
They just passed another stimulus.
Wait a minute, my $1,200 check is up there in I didn't cash it, but they sent me, and now they're saying they should give them $2,000 or $3,000. But I'm so distant. How $600 can help a family of four? I don't know that it can. I don't believe it can. But $2,000 is better than $600 for sure. But I know the kids that are getting these checks that are going and buying options and buying derivatives, and they're not. It's not going to anybody that really needs it. And rich people. I'm the only rich guy I know, and I know a lot of rich guys that didn't collect any government money, or I got that check which I didn't cash. But we could have made everybody redundant and put them on the government paycheck. We didn't do that. They didn't have to work, and we paid them full tilt. And that's what it's supposed to be. It wasn't for the Lakers to get $12 million. It wasn't for De Niro to get $7 million for his restaurants. That's not what it was for. It was for the guys that own the restaurants that can't afford. But as usual, the government fucked it up. But you don't have to worry about that because Corona's not going away, and there's going to be motivated sellers. You're not. If you made all those calls, and I believe you, then the only alternative, assuming you made those calls, you're doing something wrong on the phone.
They range. Like I said, I've found deals from a one-time multiple that the guys went to sell up.
Okay, well.
But again, if we want to do volume, it's going to take me.
Okay,
forever.
fine. We got to start with something.
Yeah, I agree. And we're closing the cheaper one, the cheapest one, low-hanging fruit, at the end of the year. I mean,
okay, good.
And then we'll just keep rolling.
Okay,
them up,
that's fine. But it's easy, but it's not that easy. It's easy. But some of the guys, Thomas has an 80% track record of closing deals this year. 80%. 15 million in EBITDA.
Finding deals has not been hard. I can pick up the phone, I'll call 100 people, and I'll get a couple people that are motivated sellers. It was a little difficult finding the right bank, building that relationship. Nobody wants to do mobile home parks, but we got good relationship with Wells Fargo. Apparently, they have a mobile home park division. They can take us to $1 billion. My chairman helped. He was the head of acquisition for JP Morgan for 25 years.
Great.
All these little things, So, like my chairman says, all the stars are aligned. Just got to pull the fucking trigger.
Oh, he's right about that. All the stars are aligned. And it's probably only the second time in his long career, that he's seen all the stars aligned, same as me. This is the 80s on steroids. Literally, the 80s on steroids. I was glad to get away in the 80s and not go to jail. But because a lot of people did a lot of funky shit with the whole savings and loans and all the banking, and I dodged that bullet because I came from financial services. I knew there was too many ways to get in trouble. And it's who represents you. If you believe the lawsuit, and I read through the lawsuit, and Sussman Guthrie does not make mistakes. He is dead to rights for securities fraud. Dead to fucking rights.
You think he's committing fraud? Like, you think he's just...
I know. No, I don't think. I know he committed fraud. He promised 12 to 15% and paid 2%. In the document. 12 to 15, and he paid 2. Black and white. And they're using his YouTubes
as evidence. Because I remember watching his videos, him saying, we'll give you 10 to 14 after 14.
Oh, he shouldn't have done that. Yeah. And the lawyers, and in the document, not Stikeman Elliott, that's my Canadian firm, Sussman Guthrie has produced the letters that the lawyers sent him covering their ass. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this. And he did it anyway. So if you send me a letter and you're my lawyer and you shouldn't do this, Dan, because it's probably violation of securities law, blah, 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 blah. And then I go and do it anyway.
It's on you.
Okay, which case are you going on next?
Who's next?
Well, yeah, but I'm changing one, so but we can do one from my cases. Let me see.
We'll do one. Okay, I'll leave you to do it. Do it. Whatever you're going to do it. Okay, let's go.